Well, this is Sharika and welcome to my channel. Today I'd like to talk about the alternatives of bad. Because if you see something and you don't like it, you say, wow, it's really bad. It's bad. It was bad. It's gonna be bad. So, why don't you use some other alternatives? We have a lot of alternatives for that. Why? Why? What's your problem, huh? So today we'd like to talk about the alternatives of bad. First, we talk about the informal ones, and after that, the formal ones. I talk about the meaning, usage, situations that you can use them, and even I would make an example for each of them. So let's get started. The first one would be awful. Awful. Awful means extremely unpleasant or disagreeable. Very bad. Awful. In everyday conversations, you can use it. First, I would talk about the informal ones. So, all of them are in casual conversations or everyday conversations, of course. Everyday conversations when expressing strong dislike. And the situation, for example, you can talk about food, experiences, weather. You say, for example, you say, that pizza tasted awful. I won't order from there again. It was awful. Number two would be terrible. Terrible. Terrible means very bad or serious. It's casual to semi formal setting used to describe strong negativity. And for some situations like events and even actions result. For example, you say the service at the cafe was terrible. We waited for an hour. The third one would be lousy. Lousy. Lousy means poor quality or bad condition. It's used in casual setting, expressing dissatisfaction with the condition, or it expresses your feelings. You use it for work performance, moods, or outcomes, actually results. I feel so lousy today. I think I'm catching a cold. It means I feel really bad, lousy. The fourth one would be crappy. Crappy. Crappy is very informal slang for something unpleasant or poor quality. It's highly informal, often among friends. You use it for friends most of the times. When you describe a bad day, item, or even a situation. I had a crappy day at work. Everything went wrong. Crappy day, huh? I had a crappy day. Um, Yesterday I broke up with my girlfriend. These days are really crappy for me. Sake is very informal, it's like a slang when you want to talk about something terrible or even disappointing. It's extremely informal, often in light-hearted contexts, describing disappointing experiences. For example, the Wi-Fi here is sucky. I can't even load a video. This one would be gross. Gross. It's disgusting or offensive. Casual, or often we use it for foods, hygiene, or actions. Expressing disgust. The milk went bad and it smelled gross. It means disgusting. It smelled gross. Now I'd like to start the formal alternatives. Let's go to the first one. Number one would be poor. Poor, lacking quality or below standard. We say poor. It's polite, semi-formal to even formal, discussing performance, quality, or results. The next one would be substandard, below an acceptable standard. It's formal, often in professional or academic context. Used for work, products, or services. For example, the accommodations were substandard for a hotel of that price. It means that it was below standard. It didn't meet our expectations. Meet my expectations. It's really cool if you use it. That, for example, you can say, wow, The hotel that I went, it was beyond my expectations, or it really met my expectations. It means that it was a fit to my expectations. If you say something was beyond my expectations, it means far better than that. But if you say it was substandard, it means that it was below my expectations. The next one would be unacceptable. Unacceptable. Not meeting minimum standards or expectations. Formal and strong. Emphasizing disapproval. Use it for complaints and use it for complaints in professional settings. For example, such delays are unacceptable in a project of this scale. The next one would be deficient. It means lacking in quality or quantity or degree. The situation, of course, would be formal, often in technical or official discussions. We use it for reports, assessments, or reviews. For example, the plan was deficient in addressing key issues. Number 5 would be inadequate. It is insufficient or not good enough. It's used informal, used to describe capability or resources. When you use this, when you wanna, the situations which you use, it would be for discussing budgets, provisions, or ability. For example, the funding provided was inadequate for completing the project. The next one would be dreadful. Dreadful means extremely bad or serious. It is semi-formal, often used in dramatic emphasis for events, outcomes, or conditions. For example, the conditions in the shelter were dreadful and need urgent attention. And the last one would be inferior. Inferior. It means low quality. It is formal, used to compare standards. It's used for products, services, or performances. This fabric is inferior to one we used previously. You should use the informal options with your friends or in casual setting, and try to opt formal alternatives for work, academic, or professional settings. Avoid using slangs in mixed or unfamiliar company, and use precise terms for clarity in formal writing or speech. Try to replace bad in your own sentences and see how it works for you. Please make a comment for me and make some examples with the alternatives of bad. I would definitely correct all of your comments, and I highly recommend you to make a comment for me and try to make some sentences with the alternatives of bad. I would definitely correct them. Like my channel and find it helpful, please try to subscribe, like, and share them with your friends. Thank you very much for your attention. Take care. Bye bye.